Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Ollie from Flight Comp. And the other day, I stopped by Dee Force Aviation here in Southern California to pick up some JR radio gear. And they had some of these interesting looking paper airplane, like park flyer things going on. They just got a shipment of them. As you can see here, they're pretty big. I don't know the exact dimensions. I'll get those for you later. But anyway, they asked me if I would want to check one out and fly it and maybe do a video on it, and I said sure. So here it is. It's basically just a giant paper airplane looking plane. So everything's in Chinese, so I don't even know the name of it or any details. But let's see what we got going on here. So we have a couple of wings. Looks like everything's taped together, so let me untape these and then we'll see what we got. So looks like you actually get two sets of wings in this kit. So let's pull one of these out and see what it looks like. So here's one set, and it already has a servo installed and a control horn here. Nice pink stripes. I kind of like that. And it's just foam board. It's like printed foam board. It's got packing tape hinges for the ailerons or ailerons. Some holes for various pieces that, maybe for support. It's pretty big. Okay, here's the other wing set. It's green and red. Doesn't have any of the servos or linkages or anything attached to it, so I guess the idea is when you smash this one up, you have a replacement wing. I think I definitely like the yellow and pink one better, so I'll be building that. And then bunch of carbon fiber rods. Obviously these are spars or supports. Like 3 pieces of carbon. And then in here looks like a nose brace, maybe. Strengthen up the nose. Tons of little bits, screws, linkages for the ailerons, prop, spinner hub, some Velcro, and then this looks to be the motor pod. Got the motor already mounted. And there's a 30 amp speed control there with a Dean's connector. I won't be using that. We'll have to put an XT60 on that. There's the pod. And there's 0 instructions with this. So and there's 0 instructions with this. So I'll just use the pictures on the box and try to figure this thing out. I don't even know if it needs glue or if you can just screw it together or what. But let's see. Let's get going on it. Okay, I just realized that there are some very rudimentary instructions on the box. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we just have 13 pictures to go by. And it looks like it just bolts and snaps together. So let's try to get a few of these steps done. Alright, so step 1 seems to be to install this, what might be a battery tray in the nose here. And then step 2 is putting these braces in for the carbon spars. And it doesn't show any glue or anything, so we'll just start snapping these guys in and see what we can end up with here. Alright, I got this battery tray in, and I started putting in the carbon supports, and they're retained by these little U-shaped snapper keepers. These guys, and like a plate. And then I screwed on the nose brace. And actually a couple of the holes where those screws go down there, I had to remount with an X-Acto knife because they weren't drilled all the way. Putting these braces onto the carbon rod and attaching the back plates, it's a pain in the butt, man. Basically what you got to do is you got to put it on the carbon rod, and then get some pliers like this and just squeeze the hell out of them. Like, really squeeze them a lot before you can even attempt to install these on the airplane. So I don't like that very much, but we'll keep plugging along. I thought this would be like a 10-minute job, but it's turning into a longer one than I thought. So I'll just keep going on with the rest of these and see how it goes. Alright, I found a method of installing these little clamps that makes it way easier. So I have this X-Acto knife handle, or hobby knife handle. Obviously I took the blade out, there's no blade in it, and it has like knurled grip. And what I do is I just push the clamp on it like this, and then I grab the teeth with a pair of pliers and just really squeeze down on them hard, a lot. And then that makes installing these a lot easier. So now that I've figured that out, the plane's actually going together a lot quicker. If I knew that from the beginning, I would have been done by now. But there's a little tip. Alright, I finally got all of the clamps in, and the carbon tubes are in. Definitely use that trick of squeezing the clamps around like something round and metal, like an X-Acto handle. If I would have started out that way, I could have knocked this out in 5 minutes. But, you know, live and learn. So that's all good. Got the battery tray or whatever this is and a nose brace. And the next thing to do is install the motor pod. And this thing is a pusher. And it's got a, like I said, a 30 amp speed control. And I think these notches are where it sits on the carbon tubes. So I think it should go, you know, something like this. And I think these pieces are going to be required here. I don't know what these are for yet. But anyway, let's try to get this pod on here and move ahead. Alright, the pod is installed. I got the screws and those back plates on. I've routed the wing, the aileron servo wires with some zip ties on the carbon rod, and then underneath, and then out here we got the speed control wire here. I got the prop on, and the label of the prop is pointing towards the nose of the airplane. So keep that in mind. Yeah, and then I put some Velcro and a strap here, which is included in the kit for the battery. And the very last thing I gotta do is, well, there's two things I gotta do. I gotta put the aileron linkage on, and then these little guys are for this, and they go on the outside of these tabs, and you actually glue them on. So I'll do that. And then this is the cover for the pod, and once you get your receiver in here and everything's all programmed, you can just put that on there and just tape that on, because you don't really need to remove that again. And that's basically it. So let's do a few more little things, and then need to find a battery and program a radio, and we're about ready to fly. Alright, snap the linkages on. They got little plastic Z-bends on both ends, and this one's clamped. So you basically loosen up the clamp and then hook this one up to the servo, snap this guy on here, and then you can slide the carbon rod in and then tighten it back up. So yeah, get plenty of throw. So that's all done. And then I just put a couple of drops of foam safe CA here with these little retaining clips for the battery tray. And then the next thing I'm going to do is mount my receiver and program it. And then I need a 2200 or 2000 milliamp 3S battery, which I don't have right now, so I'll have to get one of those. And then we can go fly. Alright, I got the paper airplane thingy just about done. I'm using my trusty XG8 JR radio here. And I got the surfaces programmed. Tons of throw, and I also have dual rates set up if it's too much throw. Motor's working. So basically ready to fly. I just got to get the right size battery. And then let's see real quick what the dimensions are on this thing. So it looks like we have a wingspan of 39.5 inches or 1 meter. And length. Length is about 36 inches or a little under 90 centimeters. So pretty big. Alright, that's it. It was pretty easy to build once you figure out how to get these little carbon spar retainer things in there without too much messing around, once you figure out how to squeeze them down first. Other than that, it's a super quick build. I got everything installed. So I'll just get a battery ordered up and then we'll go fly this thing.
Jesus, how am I supposed to keep a hold of that? Keep it in close.
Yeah, it does. You know, like opposite of a paper airplane. Yeah. I almost got the little delta wobble going on. Maybe a CG.
It could be, yeah. I don't even know what the CG is. Let's put the battery on it.
That looks real stable like that.
Just a paper airplane.
Oh!
Ready?
Fly away.
That was speedy.
Yeah. this thing does something cool. It'll take off vertically. If the wind doesn't blow it over. Mine's better inverted than right side up, I think. It ain't gonna hurt you. Ready?
Yeah. Don't hit the $3,000 camera. Nice.
Pretty cool, huh?
Pretty cool.
Tons of fun. Not bad for a foam airplane. A little windy though. I think it'd be better on a calm day. The trims are kind of. I think when it hits the wind, when it goes into the wind, it really wants to pitch up a lot.
Oh.
So it's kind of hard to get the other little trim. The aileron trim is pretty crazy. Look at that.
Cool.
Yeah, nothing's even warm. Everything's.
Is my battery spent now?
Oh.
New battery's an old battery.
Oh, you never used it before?
No.